Hello everyone and welcome back to today's video. So today it is Halloween. Ooh, it's a spooky, the worst spooky thing ever. But we are making a spooky build because why not? It's Halloween and we need some spooky stuff, and I haven't really built with the vampire stuff in a long while, so I thought it would be a perfect opportunity as I will be uploading it on Halloween, so we have to do a Halloween build. I actually started off with the landscaping in this video because I thought I better set the scene. We're actually in Forgotten Hollow as well for for this build. I think it's on like the 30 by 30 lot. It's only a small one, but it's supposed to be a really rickety old house. It's got like really random layout. It's got all sorts of weird rooms, and it's quite a small, compact little build as well. But I was just trying to have some fun with it and get in the spooky spirit. And we have like a clock tower out the back, which I actually put a observatory on, and just go all in with the theming and the spookiness. I did really enjoy the landscaping on this because doing a spooky like wood type area around it and graveyards and stuff is all good fun in a spoopy build. I also have carved pumpkins. They are done. I did those on the weekend and then got told mine were crap because we were apparently having a pumpkin off, so that's a thing. And this year I did because we grew our own pumpkin, and one of them sadly rotted away before it even got to Halloween, so we couldn't even do anything with that. But we had a small one, and then I went out and bought a bigger one as well, so we had a like laughing toothy face pumpkin and one that I carved into a little cat, which was a smaller one. So I've never tried to carve a cat into a pumpkin, and I did it with like just shaving off the skin and stuff, so it wasn't actually like carved out properly except for like its eyes and its nose. So it got a little scared cat pumpkin, which is quite funny and pretty cool. I'll have to try and think of something good to do next year, and they're not actually going to be doing anything else for Halloween because it's super sad. But we keep forcing my parents to buy spooky food constantly, like zombie Colin the caterpillars and all sorts of fun, like orange fancies and all sorts of fun things like that, because you have to get in the spooky spirit, especially if there's nothing better to do. This house also, as you can see, has lots of like, what do you call them, like balconies and walkways and stuff like that, so it's a pretty unique build. And the roofing is all over the place as well. I actually go up a level because I realized that there's not that much space, and the roof in the middle was really annoying me, so I was just like, if we go up a level it will look so much better. But I haven't done a build for a while that has lots of balconies and stuff, and using a lot of the pillars and stuff all over the place. I quite like the little room that sticks out over the balcony, so it kind of divides the space up, just extending our little, well, not the clock tower, our clock tower area, and also roofing the actual gangway as well, the balconies. You can actually get out onto mostly all the balconies, I think you can, yeah. I used all the like vampire doors that have the scratched out like windows and stuff on them, so it looks all old and rustic and stuff. And I haven't played my vampire stuff in ages, so I had one where I had two vampire people, one guy and one girl, and the guy was trapping, like they hypnotized a sim and tried to make her a slave and were procreating with and just trapping all their children in the basement and making them their own personal servants, as you do with a vampire playthrough. It was a little bit sadistic, the playthrough, but it was a different style for sure. Definitely more fun sometimes than doing a like family one. We're using a good variety of bricks and stuff as well, so all the towers and the like bits that stick out are in the really old vampire brick, and then we've got the base of the, I think it was the get together brickwork that works quite nicely with this. It's kind of like a good solid foundation, and then we've actually got some black bricks that I think were in the free update, so we've got those for like the higher up bits to make it a little bit more modern, but going with the black of course just to make it look as spooky as possible. And adding in our windows. The Strangerville windows were pretty good to use on the towers and the turrets and stuff, because these little round church windows are perfect for a spooky build. And obviously the vampire ones are perfect for this stuff as well, mixing the double ones with the single ones, because there was some odd spacing and stuff. I also wanted to use the get together little stick out window as well, because I like it when some of the windows actually come off the surface of the build. We still need some more like stuff we can put on the outside to actually make it look a little bit more interesting and a little bit more textured than normal. And I put one of the bay windows right at the bottom there, which actually ends up being our little kitchen, I think dining room area. So there's a little bit of different windows for different decades and all stuff like that. And then up in the roof area we have some round windows, we've got some like moon windows and all sorts of stuff, so you kind of a good mishmash of different styles and stuff. So inside I've already done the layout, because that was a pain and a half to do the layout in this build. So we've got some like obviously using some more traditional ways of furnishing, so we've got some like stone corridors, big flagstones in the kitchen area. Also got like just using the candle type lights as well. So I tried to make it kind of, you could possibly go off the grid with this house and play it like proper old school no electricity Victorian style, which would be such a fun let's play, trying to do complete Victorian historical accurate let's play. Oh my god, I have to do that at some point, historically accurate let's play. Oh, there's an idea and a half. We've got lots of fireplaces as well to keep everyone warm, because obviously no central heating or anything. So at the front we have a study area and like a seating place. Then we've got a bathroom and a hallway, and there's lots of little hallways and long elongated ways, convoluted ways to get around this build, which I kind of wanted because it's supposed to be a little bit maze-like, a little bit higgledy-piggledy. And we've got different colours for different rooms as well. So we've got like a yellowy and green room, we've got the like white and silver room at the front, and then we've got like a blue room upstairs, which is really fun, and it's like a kid's room and like a learning, like, because they always used to have the kids' rooms with like a nursery school room that they always used to put together. So we have the dining room in the back as well, and we have, I think in the kitchen I think they used some of the stuff that is off the grid as well, so it's probably possible to do all that fun stuff. Obviously adding in vampire stuff everywhere as well, because that is a good strong time periody look to go with for this build, especially that cabinet. I actually forgot about that cabinet, and it's a bit like the ones that we got for Realm of Magic, where it has like skulls and paraphernalia in it that's related to like the occult stuff. I also have a flower arranging table outside as well, because that's a timey activity to do. Or we've also got some bees outside as well, because you can be a little bit sustainable and using a little bit more rustic table in the middle as well. Can't remember if I put any laundry stuff in, but it'd be quite fun to put a basement in and have it like a proper servant quarters where they have to do all the rubbish washing and cooking and stuff, and then you could turn that room into another living space as well. Upstairs, I can't remember if it's already been shown, but I put the organ in upstairs because I was just like, we have to put the organ in somewhere because that is a staple in a spooky vampire build. We have a tiny little dining room here. I think they should be able to get through there. It's quite narrow, so I didn't put too much stuff in there, but got some nice big drapey curtains and stuff about the place. We've obviously got another fireplace as well, just to go with our spooky art aesthetic. Do actually change some of the flooring because I did go for some like carpets in some of the rooms, and some of them really didn't work with carpets, so I went back and put some of the like wooden floorboards and stuff about the place because I thought that fitted in a little bit better with the color scheme. This is our first child's bedroom, so this is kind of like the favorite child or a younger child that has to be homeschooled. So they've got 2 rooms and they're both bright blue, well not bright blue but like dark blue, and they've got their own little playroom and learning room. So we've got like the science table, we've got a musical instrument, we've obviously got a castle for them to play with because why not? They practically live in a castle. They've got like the doll version of the medical kit as well, because I thought the doll version of anything is pretty creepy. It's like that doll island that they went to. If you've ever watched Ghost Adventures, they go to a doll island. That'd be like my living nightmare because I hate things that stare at you, so I would never never go there intentionally. So can you imagine that there's a creepy ass doll in and I also changed the floorboard in there to be a different colour as well because we were going a little bit over the top. In this back room, it wasn't really big enough to be another bedroom, especially as it went out to the back as well, so I thought it'd be a nice little ladies' room. They can come and lounge on the purple sofas. We've got some nice big drapey curtains, come and have a chat upstairs, and all sorts of fun stuff like that. I think the hallway is probably one of my favourite parts of this build because we've got one set of stairs that go up one way, we've got the other set of stairs going up the other way, we've got the organ, kind of odd angles and shapes, and it makes it look really atmospheric and really strange as well, which is always fun. This is our second bedroom, so it's kind of like another child or guest bedroom, so we've got a little bit less detail in here, but it's still trying to use some old stuff, using the 4-post single beds as well, which are perfect for its tiny like historical spooky builds, because everyone used to have a 4-poster bed, so we don't have tiny ones like they did back in the day. I also had to move the bed over because I didn't want it in the center, but it didn't work quite as well. We don't have that much space in here, so I thought it'd be best to move it to the side, so got a little bit more space. We have our odd shaped bathroom as well, which is in the tower part, and the upstairs bathroom for the master. The master bedroom is in the tower bit, so they kind of stack all on top of each other, which is quite fun. And it was a perfect thing to put a shower in as well. I think even though a shower is not pretty historical, but you kind of get the gist. Upstairs is a fun layout. So we've got 2 rooms coming off the master bedroom. So we've got our wardrobes and like dressing area, and in the clock tower bit, which kind of keeps the sensibility of the lady and stuff like that, so they can go get dressed in their own room. And then we've just got the bed in the main section. I thought we needed something a little bit extra because it's quite a narrow room again, so we needed a little table with some ornaments and stuff on it. And we have the portraits of the lord and lady that used to like own this manor back in the day. I had to scale them down because those come become like huge in the when they just come out, like the catalogue, so I have to definitely scale those down a bit. And I've also put the vampire bath in here as well, because we needed a bath, especially as we have a little nursery up here as well in the creepy attic part. So I was debating which room to put it in, and obviously we went for a little pink room, and it's slightly bigger as well. Does change a little bit because I wanted to put some like drapey curtains over the top, like close around it and be all like creepy and stuff, kind of like the bassinet that we got for Realm of Magic. So I kind of wanted that vibe going on because it always looks extra spooky. I was trying to put a wall in because of the stairs. The stair glitch obviously happened, so you can't see the wall. So I was trying to fit in where I can put this flipping drapey stuff. So I had to move it so I could just put it on the wall behind. I'm trying to find an appropriate one to go on there. So we actually used two different ones and put in a little chair as well. Got a few toys and stuff for when they age up, and they're all the way up here in the attic, so they can be like kept away out of sight, out of mind, and they're right next to the parents, so if they needed to do anything, then they can do that as well. And then obviously we had to have like an archaeology exploring thing, because that's all the Victorian rage, because we're going for that kind of vibe. So we have that at the top, a little skelly and a little chest as well. On the balconies they've got lots of different seating areas as well. You can also grow your own like plasma fruit and other stuff that you might need if you're going for a vampire-y let's play or anything. I thought it'd be quite fun to have a weather machine in the build as well, because if they're like, if you're using it for magic or for vampires or the occult or whatever, then you definitely have something to, or even mad scientist kind of vibes, then you definitely have to have some sort of weird contraption that looks kind of Victorian and knocked together. Also putting some of the gargoyles about. I was going to put them down on the ground, but they look so much better on the actual balcony areas. This is our little graveyard at the back, kind of a family cemetery. We've also got some of the pet ones in there as well, but it's kind of come into disarray, kind of been left to sort of just be overgrown and all sorts of stuff like that, a little wonky. And then we have with our bees in a little like wooded forest area, we have a little statue, probably the old lady of the house as well, and do really try and like make it as though half the garden at the back with the old well that's grown over, kind of really to feel like you're in like a proper thick forest, that you'd probably hear wolves howling in the background and stuff like that. They should have added wolves. That would have been so much fun. I suppose we can make wolves with cats and dogs, but it'd be quite fun if they had added in some werewolves, using lots of dead plants and stuff about the place as well to make it look overgrown. Mixing in the jungle adventure and the island living, big like plants, were pretty good to make some really good overgrown sections to make it look as though it's really unkept. And putting the dead trees in the water with like the roots coming out, especially when we dip into our live edit objects, because we have to. Then there's some like tree roots and stuff that look super cool to put in with the broken trees. Kind of do a faded path as well that kind of connects through the different parts of the house down to the cemetery, kind of disappears off into the garden, trying to make it look as though it's very soily and run down and broken and spooky and dishevelled and very unmaintained about the place. So again, trying to make it look really atmospheric. Also add in some of the red ivy as well, because red ivy is probably my favourite autumn plant, especially when it goes the bright red, and it looks super gorgeous in the sun as well. So we had to have some red ivy, especially against all the black and the grey. It kind of gives us a little bit of pop of colour, especially as we've only got like green as our like second colour. And I thought it'd be quite fun to add some lighting in the bushes and stuff like that, just to make it look a little bit lit up and spooky about the place. Could probably go in and change it to like being a green colour, which would be quite fun, making it really spooky. And then we have our live edit objects, so I thought it'd be quite fun to have a little pier that comes off the side, because I left it open on purpose. It's like a fishing spot or something like that, but using the broken little bridge or something. Perhaps it went off into the forest back in the day. Now it's all broken. We've got bits of woods about, and there was a nice big like yellowy bush that worked really well as like a filler. There's different stuff and trying to pick out some trees. We've also got more gravestones and stuff. We've got some vampire ones to put in, and this huge tree that I found, which was perfect to put in that little back corner. And obviously some gravestones that kind of got even more out of place. And then I debated on putting a Vlad statue in, because who doesn't love a good Vlad statue, and lots of reeds and stuff. I forgot that he even had some reeds, which really make the pond area look really overgrown and disgusting. And adding in our tree roots, of course, because we have to add some in. There's a few gravestones actually in the water as well, kind of alluding to other more extensive grave area. Even more gravestones. And then I found these from Cats and Dogs, and I was just like, yes, put them in. I always forget they had like extra decoration stuff, which really sets off the build sometimes. It was pretty fun. I did debate about putting like a sunken boat in, which was a shame they didn't have like a rowing boat or something like that to like put in. And obviously we have to put some rocks and stuff about, just to set the mood. And I was trying to find some pumpkins, because obviously we have to have some pumpkin, but I don't want the like the free spooky ones, so we've got a few of the normal ones about. So here are our screenshots, so we can have a little closer look into the layouts. We've got the top, the middle and the bottom area, and we have our hallway and our study area, our first lounge area, our dining room. That chair is the wrong colour, oops. Our kitchen, which is nice and long, and we've got our upstairs, our child's bedroom and play study room, our ladies' room, our other bedroom, our bathroom, and our master bedroom area. So I hope you enjoyed this build. We'll obviously see some more of the outside and stuff, but if you'd like to see any more builds, then feel free to subscribe, and I will leave you with our spooky outside, and hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.